Hey guys, Jengar here. Today we are going to take a look at the Focke-Wulf 190 A-1, the first in the Focke-Wulf line in game. We're going to take a look at the plane in realistic battle and we'll see how it performs. I'll see you in the match. Hey guys, so we're diving here after climbing, and in the end I decide not to dive and I take a look to the left and there's a whole bunch of enemies there, so I decided to go for the Spitfire over here. That one. And we closed the distance without any problem. Hopefully that group of 4 will be busy in other fights and they will be pulled down eventually. At least that's what we hope. Now I had not flown this plane for a while as it was requested, and I kind of forgot this plane doesn't have the MG 151s. So these are the old cannons that some of the early BF-109s have as well. And they are in the end of the wings, semi to the halfway point of the wings. So you gotta take that into account. You gotta get close for the cannons, like here. And they are not high velocity, so you gotta get a little bit closer and you gotta lead a little bit more. But if you do that, the cannons work fine. You gotta take into account as well though that they only hold 60 rounds per gun. Now this runs out in no time, as I found out in this little engagement. Now thank God I hit this bowfighter in the right place immediately, and that leaves me with 15 cannon rounds. My ally is not too happy with that apparently. He probably was chasing that guy, but he didn't shoot him down, so I decided to help him. So 2 kills there. This plane is a fantastic boom and zoomer with a nice top speed, a great characteristics in a dive. At the higher speeds it has good maneuverability as well. It's one of the more nimble 109s as we dive on this group of 4 here. And let's see what this Cobra wants to do. Like I said, it is very nimble, which is very enjoyable to fly. It has good roll rate as well. The climb rate is pretty decent, although we couldn't outclimb that bunch of guys. I was basically wanting to stall him out there, totally misjudging his energy state. So he got quite a few shots on me as he was stalling out. Took him quite a bit of time, more than I thought. And he manages to get some hits in. Thank God his cannon rounds were finished, so he only had these 50 cals to shoot with. And he didn't place them on target consistently, so I didn't get shot down, which is good. We've got a guy here who we shoot down, who was landing. I need to take people out because I'm the only guy left right now, which is not good, and I'm in about 6-1, something like that. So I'm the last guy left, man. This is not good. But we got our 3rd kill there, and this guy is the 0 is turning off. But these are always the nice matches, the challenging matches, when you are left. Your team has been decimated and you are in kind of a weird, bad situation, followed by a typhoon here. I've got a buffalo there, way above me. And we've got 6 or 7 guys left there. Not nice. But that guy seems to be preoccupied with our spotter planes, which is fine with me. Fine with me, man. No problem. So we have 10 minutes of fuel left, no more cannon rounds. I was planning to get back to base here. Yeah, 6 planes left right now, so when I shot that pit it was 7 to 1, basically. Good odds, I'd say. Not very good odds. So yeah, okay, I was checking the amount of... Did you hear that? I immediately respond. If you hear something like that and you know you're the only guy left, that is an enemy approaching, and usually when you hear that sound, the enemy is within 800 meters. So you gotta move immediately when you hear that. That's why I usually don't play with music in the background. because I would miss that sound, and this guy would have at least gotten a shot and probably would have killed me. Now next to the cannons, this plane has 4 MGs and it holds 4,000 rounds on these MGs, which is fantastic, and they are all very close together, very centralized, so you get still some nice firepower from that and the ability to shoot planes down with that. And I felt very nicely after that kill. That guy could have gotten me, but my immediate response to the sound that he made as he approached saved my butt. You saw him even miss his initial shots because he was aiming where I was going, which was nice. So we land the plane and we take off again. And of course the climb rate on the plane, which I said earlier, it's decent, but sustained it's good, but it is not spectacular compared to some of the other planes. And you definitely don't want to try to out climb a Spitfire or some sort, and even that Zero over there has up to a certain altitude better climb rate than this thing. And is very dangerous, that plane that is appearing there on the horizon to deal with in this Focke-Wulf. You gotta be completely disciplined, you gotta separate, and you gotta make sure you separate enough that when you turn around to get to face him, you still have enough speed to outrun him quickly, because these Zeros, they have a nice trick when they are above you. And that trick will be demonstrated right here. I should not have fired from this far out with these cannons. But okay, we all make mistakes. So this guy comes from above, and then they loop around below, picking up speed. They're behind you. And if I turn or do anything right now, I would die. There's also a Spitfire coming in, which is not good. Hopefully I can get him. He's closer, and yes, we get the kill. That is fantastic. That was very, very much needed, because the combination of those two planes would have been very difficult for me to deal with. But against the Zero alone, I have a chance, because I am outrunning him right now. Of course, our Focke-Wulf is faster than a Zero, and the climb rate is about comparable overall, although I would say the Zero is still slightly better at the lower altitudes. But we hold the energy advantage. There's an A-36 attacking our airfield, and he crashes. Now that saves me another guy that I would have had to deal with, which is fine with me, man. I love this little plane. The only thing I would have loved even more, we reduced the 7-1 to 3-1 now. The Buffalo has joined the Zero in the pursuit, and there is a Typhoon somewhere attacking ground vehicles. Oh no, I believe he was just shot down actually by those vehicles. Yeah, that's what happened. And that makes it 2-1. Now, still, the Buffalo and the Zero together would be a problem. The Buffalo was closer behind me, but if I would have turned and engaged him, the Zero would have been able to attack me. As you see the dot there near those clouds, he was a little bit higher up, and I need to turn around here, as I separated from here from about 7 kilometers. And as I turn, he closes the gap, of course, but I need this time. You need to fight these guys like this. You need to separate a lot, not 2 kilometers, not 3, no, 5, 6 kilometers, then turn around. Because that will give you the time to speed up. You don't want to have this guy on your butt when you are at 280 or 300 kilometers an hour. Because he will be behind you for a much longer time. Look at him. That trick, it's an old trick in the book, and they're fair enough to use it, because if people are not fast enough, with this move, a Zero like that can stay behind you for a long time. Especially if you don't have altitude. That's why you need your speed against these kind of guys. I mean, those guys, not this guy was an honorable fellow who fought until the very end, and there the Buffalo drops into the pond as well, after probably being peppered by those AI boats, He was engaging them, but there's a lot of them, so there was a lot of AA fire probably. So you want to keep the plane fast, you want to extend, you want to make long swooping runs on people. Like here we have another 5 kilometers. Now we're gonna turn around and we're gonna engage him again. This is the last guy left now. This is a one-on-one for the match. Let's see if we can do something. But it's a good pilot. He was pretty disciplined in his flying and also very patient. We do get a hit there, but I don't think enough of the MGs hit to make a difference. As you see, as we are extending fast, but if our speed would have been less, if I would have made a less, not enough gap, a not wide enough gap, then he would have been 200 meters behind me for a much longer time than I managed to escape now. You need to keep the time he can be behind you as short as possible. Stay disciplined in your boom and zoom roll. Stay disciplined in your engagement with these kind of guys. Don't turn with them because they will eat you alive. After hitting him a few times and him getting hit by some AA fire as well, he had been smoking for a while and probably losing fuel because I was almost running out of fuel again as well while I landed. He landed somewhere during the match as well, so he must be out pretty soon as well. We're in the advantage position right now though, and this is the end of the match. He knows it, he realizes it, and he decides to ditch the plane into the ground. Which is quite alright with me. I already had an ace, and a lot of guys ditched into the ground. The Typhoon, the Buffalo, and now the Zero as well. I could have had 8 kills there, but it was not to be, unfortunately. Oh, and the A-36 as well. 4 people ditched into the ground. Amazing. Anyway, let's see what we got. We got Survivor, Last Man Standing, the Best Squad, and Terror of the Sky. We got 66,000 Silver Lions and almost 2,500 research points. First in the team. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now this plane is a fantastic boom and zoomer. It really has all the characteristics for it. It has a good top speed, it has a great maneuverability in a dive, it has a good roll rate, it is great in a zoom, the energy retention is good, the acceleration is decent. It has, like I said, good guns if you get up close, and the climb rate is alright, but combined with the energy retention you can have some great zooms. So don't turn with this plane against something like a Zero, like I just explained to you. Spitfires can do the same. It is quite annoying, but at higher speeds you can surprise a lot of people with your maneuverability, and the strength of the wings makes it possible to rip wings on the LAs and the Spitfires, and while you go out into a dive and you make defensive maneuvers. So enjoyable plane to fly, feels very good and controllable when you're flying it, and for me it has been a joy to revisit it again. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.